deal, y'all? So let's get to it. I stand on that podcast. I'm Snap 5. You feel me? And I got to do my take on this situation. I know I'm a couple of days late or whatever. Um, I've been analyzing, been over this situation. I done had arguments and debates with people, some of the homies. You know, I discussed this a lot or whatever. So what I'm gonna go over is I'm gonna go over the Rayn Garcia and Haney fight, and then boxers in that division, and also just great boxers and upcoming boxers or whatever that people should look out for, or what y'all look forward to what's coming next, and what you think should be coming next. So, with that being said, let's start with the Rayn Garcia and Devin Haney fight. First of all, great fight. No cap. It was a great fight. No matter the outcome, I think that was great. A great fight for boxers. But it also it showed a lot. It exposed a lot in that match. But some of the stuff was obvious to some people and some of it wasn't. So let's start with the beginning of the fight, or the beginning of the fight, not the actual boxing match, but the build up to the fight. So with the build up to the fight, everything that Rayn Garcia was doing, all the antics and all of the stuff, I'm 50-50 on it. Some of the stuff I feel like was real, because he was saying that all of it was made up, but I don't know what he means by that. I know what he means, but then again, it's like, it wasn't made up. That was stuff you really thought about, and stuff that was really how you felt. So I do believe that a lot of the stuff that he was doing, he did actually believe, and he was, I don't know if he was trying to expose stuff or what he was doing, or if that was his excuse for not knowing if he was going to win or what it was. But I know it was kind of strange, because before he started doing all that, the fight was already basically built. Everybody already wanted to see it. So the first time him and Devin Haney had a debate, they talked, and then they had some type of deal on the table. And when he first announced it, when he said, "Oh, who I should fight, Rolly or Wudu," everybody was excited for it. You feel me? So I don't understand, you feel me, why he did the antics. But when he first announced it, before he ran with Mayweather, everybody was excited for it. Everybody was looking forward to that. And everybody was like, "Oh, okay, this is something that we want to see." And I was for sure one of them people. So yeah, when they did that, boom, I was like, "Oh, okay, that's gonna be fire." You feel me? I couldn't wait. So when he took that run with Mayweather and then he turned the fight down, that shit was actually a bummer. Like, it actually was like, "Oh man, like, what are you doing?" I ain't gonna lie. I wrote him like, "Hey bro, this ain't it. I don't know what you doing." I wrote him like, I inboxed him on Instagram or something like, "Hey bro, this not it, bro. Like, that's weird." I ain't gonna lie. I wrote him. But anyways, that boy is around the corner from where, you feel me, I stayed at when I lived in California. You feel me? I lived in the AV, and Victorville was literally like 30 minutes away. I think he fought at some of the gyms that I went to before, and some of the gyms I fought at before, I think. But he's a little bit younger than me. So I'm not sure exactly, but I think he did. But anyhow, that first fight, you feel me, everybody was excited for it, so I didn't understand, you feel me, why he did all the antics. So when he came back and doubled back on the fight, everybody, I think, still was anticipating on it. they still was like, oh, okay, for sure, he gonna fade, they gonna fight or whatever. And you feel me? I think that's when Devin Haney had the advantage because everybody was excited for it. He just came off of that big win, and then Ryan Garcia, he won his fight, but it wasn't as impressive as Haney fight or whatever. So I think everybody already had Haney up or whatever. So I think that's why Ryan Garcia had to think of some type of idea to start doing the stuff he was doing. But I don't think he just did it for the fight. I think he was doing it to try to actually figure out if he was really going to fight him or not. With the hype being built like that and then him pulling out of the fight and then coming back to the fight, I think he actually was kind of nervous like, oh man, Haney might have did get better or whatever. But anyhow, that's what I feel. I feel like the fight was already built up or whatever. So, boom. But let me get on Haney. Now, okay, I know a lot of people. I'm not a hater or nothing like that. Let me start by saying that. I am a realist. That's what I consider myself because a lot of this stuff that Haney did, I'm break it down to y'all my problems with Haney so y'all can understand. Haney over talked himself or built himself. His dad kind of did too much too, you feel me? I think his dad is another reason why a lot of people, well, people like me, look at everything, you feel me, with Devin Haney. Because the way he tried to put himself out there and then his dad just put extras on everything he did has made it a problem for me. I don't know about y'all, but for me, he made it an issue for me to give Haney the respect that everybody or that he act like he deserved. Because, first of all, he doesn't have the resume that everybody was making it seem. Point blank. I don't care what y'all talk about or whatever. Yeah, go through it. Y'all always talk about the resume that he has and the people he fought or however he made himself feel like he was the greatest, like especially with the undisputed things. Y'all can say whatever y'all want. He fought one person to get them belts. He didn't fight the whole division and beat every champion to get them belts, first of all. Second of all, ain't no excuses or whatever, but he fought everybody after Teofimo Lopez. He never fought nobody before Teofimo. Except the only person he fought that Teofimo didn't fight was Regis Prograde. And the same person that Teofimo fought beat Regis Prograde. And he fought Regis Prograde after, you feel me, he already had a loss. So this is what I'm saying. First of all, you can't compare him to Mayweather. That's what we not going to do. Because Mayweather fought champions. Even though he fought them on his time, he fought champions when they was undefeated and gave them their first loss. And then Pacquiao came and fought them after. That's why they was giving Pacquiao a cold resume. Oh, Pacquiao knocked him out faster. But at the same time, it don't matter. Mayweather fought him first, then Pacquiao. That's kind of the same thing with Devin Haney. Teofimo will fight them first, and then here comes Devin Haney. Point blank. And the skill level y'all had him on, we're not saying that he's not skilled, but he's not at the level that certain people had him on. And it's the truth. You feel me? Like, he's a good boxer. He's a young kid with nice skills, but he still wasn't proven. No matter how y'all want to put it, it don't matter. When Teofimo fought George Kambosos, I bet on that fight, by the way. Kambosos won, but it was whatever was going on with Teofimo is the reason why he won. I guarantee if Teofimo would have fought him in a rematch, he would knock him out or he would beat Kambosos. And he didn't or whatever, so that don't matter. But Teofimo fought Kambosos first, and what was Devin Haney doing? Pillow talking to fucking Kambosos. He was pillow talking to George Kambosos about Teofimo. Why they never fought? They always want to say somebody's scared of this or something. I don't believe Teofimo's fight. First of all, if we're gonna do let's talk about the. You feel me? Like, well, never mind. I'll wait till after we talk about the fight. But yeah. Anyways, I got TLFimo pretty high on the list out of them four people, and with that fight, excuse me, TLFimo fought everybody before Devin Haney, and then Devin Haney don't have nobody really lethal on his resume, anyways. Before all, I mean, after all the people that Teofimo fought, everybody that he fought is the lethal people on his resume. That's why when they asked him about certain people on different podcasts, he would say, "Oh, I don't think Tank is a Hall of Famer because what have he done and this and this and that." Like he was trying to make it seem like he did so much more than Tank when he really did not. He fought one person and got those belts after somebody lost that he was supposed to fight. You feel me? Now they're both at the same weight class. They still can fight. But now look, you feel me? It's crazy because the performances. So basically, this is how we'll say it. After Devin Haney moved up, Teofimo already had moved up to 140. Then Devin Haney moved up to 140. Teofimo fought, won a belt at 140. Then Devin Haney won his belt at 140. Why was it that the first immediate person that he was talking about fighting? Why was it that the first person should have been the first person he was talking about fighting? Because that was the perfect matchup right then and there. They both went up. They both been wanting to fight and all this and that. But it never comes down to that. It's always with somebody else around whoever he's supposed to fight. There's always somebody around it. But basically, let's get to this fight though. So, boom. Before the fight, so with Rayn Garcia, Devin Haney, right? Before the fight, I ain't gonna lie. I already knew that if Devin Haney get caught with something, that he would probably go down. I already knew that because he didn't got touched before. Lomachenko touched him up. He just wasn't big enough. And he couldn't do nothing with uh, Lomachenko. So I knew this was going to be a big problem for Devin Haney. I don't know what people seen or the skills or whatever they seen. I seen everything. I don't just go off of the fake facade that people makes up. So, first of all, him and Rayn has history. They fought 6 times. It don't matter how long ago it was, know what type of fight it was and all of that. When it comes to fighting, when you fight somebody so many times, it don't matter. You're not intimidated by that person. You're not scared of that person. You don't care how much bigger they got because you feel like you got sized up too. All of that, it still equals out to, I'll still beat this dude up regardless of whatever he think because he got older. I did too. You feel me? You're going to feel the same way. So that was the first thing that I wanted people to understand. But it seems like they didn't. And that was one reason why I knew this fight would take place the way it would. 2, Bill Haney talks his son up too bad and does stuff that just rubs people the wrong way. You feel me? Bill Haney could have simply, he just overdoes it because he's selling his son, which he's doing a good job. He's his dad. He's supposed to do that, but don't oversell it or do too much. You got to learn when it's doing too much and when it's selling out or selling your son or selling the product. But if you overdo it, people don't take too fond of what you're doing. That's the problem. I think that's Devin Haney's dad's problem. I think that's the problem right there, though. To be honest, I think it's Bill Haney, and that's a very big problem for uh, Haney. That's going to be that is a very big problem, and I think that's why he is where he is now. Is because of his father. And there's nothing wrong with being a dad, but just do that. And there's nothing wrong with being a promoter, but know how to promote, know how to do your job at the same time. Don't, you feel me? with all this that's happening before this fight, whatever Ryan Garcia was doing, Bill Haney went and scouted and paid attention. He seen, oh, okay, he didn't do that good in his last fight. Oh, he got this new little Philly tail. Oh, my son did this. Just like what he seen Regis Prograde. He went and seen Regis Prograde fight. He didn't do a good job. So then he jumped on that versus him. He had different opponent options and then he went and jumped on that. Oh, Regis Prograde, he ain't doing that good. Okay, boom, this can make that Devin look real good. Went and jumped on that for Regis. Then did the same thing with Ryan. Oh, Ryan, oh, okay. He didn't look that good in his last fight. Oh, and he acted crazy. Oh, we gonna get him. All right, boom. Like, this is literally what I'm telling you, like, how he had to be thinking because, bro, it don't make no sense. He was so excited about it, and then the weigh-in or whatever. Before all this, you can't say, before the fight, Devin Haney said, I'm levels above this guy. He can't do nothing with me. Woo doo woo. Then his dad told Ryan Garcia, I'ma send my son in the ring to kill you. If he die, he die. He told that man, if he die, he die. He told the world, I'ma send my son in there to kill this man. If he die, he die. So this is just stuff I gotta mention before I tell y'all my feelings about the fight. If anybody in this world told you that they go get somebody to kill you, and if you die, you die, and the person that they talking about, you get a chance to fight, you're not gonna have no mercy on them. I don't care what it is or what it's about. If somebody tell you that, how are you gonna feel? How you gonna feel if somebody tell you, I'm gonna get my this person to kill you in the ring, and if he die, he die. So after you say stuff like that, all the excuses you got, and after your son say, I'm levels above this guy, I'm gonna show you, I'm gonna get him out of boxing. After that, all the excuses is out the window. I don't want to hear nothing after that. So I'm just telling y'all my take on that part right there, straight up. So those two comments is my very first point on why I'm bringing this up. So when they get to the weigh-in, right? First of all, I don't believe Ryan Garcia was ever aiming for 140, ever. I don't care about the belts. That's why he didn't care about giving the money, about none of that. I don't think he ever cared about weighing 140 because them last 3 pounds is literally the hardest 3 pounds to lose. But that's not what it is. He after he fought Tank, he couldn't even make 140 after that. So that was one thing. Two, if he would have won the belt at 140, that means he would have to keep trying to make 140. So that's why I believe he did not want to take the belt at 140 because then he'll have to keep making weight at 140. So I knew that he didn't ever care about being 140 or the belts. Haney, he cares about the belt and the image. So of course he was gonna keep. I mean, of course he was gonna win. He's a true professional. I don't feel like what Ryan Garcia did was professional either. I feel like it was very unprofessional. But I knew he didn't care. You feel me? And he had an agenda and a point to make. But with all that being said, that still don't matter because Devin Haney dad said he was gonna kill this man. Hey baby. Devin Haney, hold on. Devin Haney dad said uh he was gonna kill this man. He said, my son is gonna kill you. And if he die, he die. Devin Haney said I'm levels above him. There's nothing you can say. So not like that, but now it's all bets out the window. You feel me? Regardless. So that's how I feel about that part or whatever. So with a 3 pound weight difference, that shouldn't matter if you levels above somebody, first of all. But this is how I'm gonna put it, because I want y'all to understand that I do understand. So the reason why they was complaining about the 3 pounds is not because he's heavier. It's because them last 3 pounds, that means you have to put in the same amount of work to make the fight even. For him to lose them 3 pounds, he would have had to do a lot more work. He would have had to really work out and really, you feel me? So that's what they mean by it's unfair and unprofessional, because them 3 pounds that he weighed over, you have to really work to get those off, and that's what I feel like that's not straight. That's not cool. That is, you feel me, very unprofessional. Some bullshit, because those 3 pounds you gotta really work to get them off. So they not really talking when they say the 3 pounds is over or whatever. They're not. That's not why they're saying the power, or that's not why they're saying that he's stronger. They're saying he didn't discipline himself, or he didn't take the sacrifices that Haney did to lose the weight to get down to make it even. So they're not complaining about him literally being 3 pounds over. They're complaining about you didn't be a professional, and you really didn't, you know, take the time to really lose those 3 pounds and take them sacrifices that Devin Haney took to lose them 3 pounds. So that's the part I understand. So that's what I want y'all to understand. It's not just the 3 pounds, because at the end of the day, when they both get in the ring and they both rehydrate, they both gonna get back size back up. But it's the work, the extra work that Haney put in, that wasn't fair, that Ryan didn't put in. You feel me? And Ryan wasn't going to put in, because if he had to put those uh, that work in, them 3 pounds would have been very, very complicated to lose. But that's not why I feel like Haney lost either. So let's get on that. So now let's get to the fight. So boom. Uh when they get to the ring, they look about the same size. So the 3 pounds really wasn't the difference. Plus, if I say I'm levels above somebody, that 3 pounds ain't gonna matter. You feel me? Especially if I'm levels above you. Especially if you talk about fighting at 147 and fighting boots and all that. Them little 3 pounds shouldn't matter regardless. So we're not talking about the actual 3 pounds. They're talking about the work that Ryan didn't put in. That's what they mean by the 3 pounds. But as Devin Haney's saying that he's going to move up, or after he wasn't going to stay at 140 for that long, he was going to go up to 147. All of that goes out the window when you talking like you really like that. And that's the thing. The shit that you speak on, you got to really stand on. Stand on it. You feel me? Because not like that. I'm pretty sure plenty of us that fought people smaller than us, people that fought niggas bigger than us, and it was probably way over 3 pounds or way under 3 pounds. And you feel me? That fight turned out however it turned out because of the skills, and that's what I mean. And so my take on the fight is okay. Boom. So as them both being fighters, Devin Haney is a way more skilled fighter than Ryan Garcia. Like when it comes to skills, fundamentals, all of the boxing, uh, um, the actual boxing tactics and everything, Devin Haney is 100%. I have Devin Haney by a landslide. He's just a better boxer. He has better style, uh, uh, his coordination, everything. You feel me? See, so that's why I don't go for excuses. So with Ryan Garcia, he has skills, and people take that away from him because they don't like how it looks, and that's what people have to learn. Sometimes everything is not appealing to the eye doesn't mean that he doesn't have skills, or he doesn't have this and this and that, because you don't like how it looks. Because the way it looks, a lot of people don't like the way it looks. That don't mean he doesn't have the skills. You feel me? It's just the style of how it looks. So that's another thing people got to stop getting confused too, because he has the skills. Because he would not be. It don't matter what y'all say. He has fought professional boxers. He has fought Olympians. and he has fought people that skill and that are professional boxers. So it don't matter how they look because they're professionals. So he has to be he has to do something better than them in order to be better than them in order to win. He has to people consider him winning. They have him. He's favored over a lot of people that he has boxed. So he has to have some type of skill because let's think about it like that. Like I feel like Luke Campbell and Regis Prograde is same level boxer. You feel me? And I feel like Luke Campbell would give Regis Prograde problems or probably beat him. You feel me? So if we go off of that, if we go and compare the resumes, you got to think about all of that. But people don't do that. I don't even know why people. If you really know the sport, or been around it enough to these type of things. Like, come on, bro. We knew Regis Prograde is not like that. Like he's like he started boxing late. He has accomplished things, but that don't mean that he has the skills. It just means, you know, he is overcame some of those things and he became so. You feel me? No, not him being a champion and all that, but I just don't feel like he was a skillful boxer. I already knew Devin Haney was gonna watch him and all of that. I knew that. I already knew that before. Anybody has a puncher's chance though, so that's why it's never 100%. You feel me? When you get in that ring, even if you know somebody's better, everybody has a puncher's chance. But we gotta talk about all the stuff that Haney and his dad was saying. Oh, we gonna handicap him. We gonna get this guy out of boxing. We gonna kill him. So, with all that being said, you feel like you are way above him, point blank. Like, so I don't understand. I don't want to hear no excuses. I don't care what y'all say, how y'all try to put it, whatever. It's y'all can't. You can't have an excuse, or I would never feel sorry for somebody like that. If I know I'm skills wise better than somebody, like way better, and I know like I'm like way better, I don't give a damn how much they weigh. And I just know I'm gonna watch this dude point blank. It ain't nothing, no excuse, no nothing. So that's why I don't want to hear none of the excuses about what Haney has to say or none of that, because you just, bro, if you levels above somebody and you're gonna handicap somebody, then that's that. You feel me? That's what you said out of your own mouth. So come on now. That's so I don't want to hear it. Can't nobody tell me or make me feel no different because that's the words that came out of this man's mouth and out of his father's mouth. So point blank, if you feel like that and you think that you're that much better, bruh, that's what it is. So let's get down to the boxing. Let's get down to the actual fight. So the very first round, you get caught with this punch that you know is coming, that you said you're gonna handicap him from, and that you know he's going to throw. The only punch that you said he has. See, this is why. This is where I know why he lost the fight. And this is why I believe he would have lost regardless about if it's the weight or not. It didn't have anything to do with the weight. I feel like he was going to lose that fight even if he came in at the same weight as Rayn and he didn't work for them last 3 pounds, or if Rayn would have worked for the last 3 pounds. Regardless, I feel like it was about the fight and the actual skills, and it had nothing to do with the weight. Devin Haney, everybody praises his jab, but people don't pay attention to detail. And he was much faster than a lot of people that he fought. Way faster than a lot of people that he fought. Because if you pay attention to the Rayn and Tank fight, just like that, I don't the weight, all of that doesn't really matter when it comes down to skill. If you're that much better than somebody, because when Tank fought Rayn and he knew he was gonna keep throwing that left hook, what did he do? Tank prepared for it. He timed it, countered it. That's how he won that fight because of his skill, plus his power, plus the weight training. It wasn't just the weight that he beat Rayn. He also hit him in a weakness or whatever, in the weakest spot where his ribs were separated or whatever, all of that. But that takes skill to do, regardless if it's a weight drain or not. So the first thing that Haney did when he threw his jab, he threw it and he pulled his defensive hand down a little too far. He didn't pull it down, you feel me, that far, but he pulled it down just enough to get hit right here. He got clipped. And that was the very first power punch landed in that fight. So, boom. From there, the fight was over to me. But I'm not going to sit here and act like Devin Haney. Devin Haney was fading him, though. But I think that's what threw Devin Haney rest of his game plan off. If he would have never got caught with that punch in the first round, it would have been... actually, it wasn't even a bad fight, and Haney didn't do bad. That just wobbled him, and I think it threw him off, and then I think it kind of shook him because he actually felt the power of it as a grown man now versus them being kids. And that kind of like, oh, okay, now I understand why this left hook be knocking people out. But I think it was because he got caught with it. If he hadn't got caught with it, the fight would have been a little bit more different until he got caught with it. You feel what I mean? So that's what I feel like it was. So when Haney came back out, you feel me? Was it the second round? I don't know if it was the second or the third round. Yeah, it was the next round. But he caught Rayn with the same hook. Bam! Banged him. But that's what they talk about. The dog in people and the skills and all these attributes. As soon as he retaliated, he should have walked Rayn down after that. He banged him and popped him, boom. And then still waited. He should have went after him too. So that's what I feel like when it comes down to the training and all that. That's what I feel like you got to compare the skill. So Haney didn't just get washed, so people can stop saying that. But that punch determined how the rest of the fight was going to go, because after that, Rayn started throwing the right hand also. So that did intimidate Haney and confuse him, because if you pay attention, both sides of his face was knotted up, both sides of his jaw, because Rayn was throwing the right hand and he was throwing the left. He was throwing the left and the right. So when you do that, the shell, or when you have your defense up, right? But I mean, the Philly shell or whatever, yeah, like people say, it's obvious. You're supposed to use your shoulder for this part of your face, which is the left side, and this is always for the right side. You feel me? And you're supposed to keep your chin tucked. And what he was doing was mixing the Philly shell with just regular boxing defense, because you can parry. So when you parry, you catch the punch. You feel me? And you catch it on this side. But that's where he was messed up at, and that's why I feel like he probably should add defensive training to his corner, because something is wrong there. Something is wrong there. He did, and it was obvious to see. So for the people that don't really know and wasn't paying attention, that what was the problem was. It was his defense, because the whole fight was good, no matter what. Like, he was getting off on Rayn. and he was walking him down. So I feel like if he would have walked him down and then start fighting his fight, he still would have won that fight. And if Ryan wouldn't have added to his boxing skills, then that fight would have been different too. So we got to give Ryan credit for his skills, not just the size, because he used his right hand and he used his specialty at the same time. So he switched it up and he just out smarted Devin Haney straight up because you know he adjusted, he made adjustments, but Haney was really getting off though. Haney, it was a great fight though. Like Haney, so the first round after he got caught, boom, I think that changed the whole fight because it came out and it was early. If it had been in the later rounds when he got caught with it, he probably would have been more um accepted of it. I mean, accepted it better. Like, oh, okay, damn, he caught me. But it was the very first power punch landed. Boom, rocked him down. He's worried about this punch because he felt the power. And if I feel like if it wasn't as much power behind that punch, he wouldn't have been as worried either. Because he really wasn't that worried after. He still was walking him down and he caught him back right after. So it's skills. It comes down to skills because he was winning that fight. And then you could tell that the skills wasn't, you know, on the same level, but you can tell what counted and what mattered and what adjustments uh and what Ryan learned that made him win. And it wasn't just the power, it was actually him adding to his arsenal. And that's a shout out to Derrick James and that's a shout out to Ryan Garcia for actually uh incorporating that right hand and using that right hand for, you know, to add to his skills. And y'all can't take that away from him. So, you know, that's how I feel about the fight. I feel like it was a great fight. I'm glad it went all 12 rounds. Um, I do feel like Haney was in danger, but and I feel like they should do a rematch. I do feel like they should have a rematch. People that saying that he just watched them, he did not just watch them. It's just the rounds that he did dominate. He dominated way in a way more uh, um, harmful matter. He just hurt him way worse. But I feel like if Haney, uh, if they have a rematch, it will be a good fight, and I think they should have a rematch. But uh, Ryan Garcia is not going to weigh in at 140, so I think they should do a catch weight, and I don't think it should be for the belt because that belt is for 140, and Ryan's not going to go to 140. So that's how I feel about the fight. So um, I feel like it was skills, adjustments, and uh, the knowledge that they had on each other, plus the history, and and you know taking training serious and doing your homework. So that's why I feel like Ryan won the fight. It was not just you feel me a wash because Devin Haney was getting off on him for a lot of rounds. He was even though he was wobbled, I just feel like he was intimidated by that left hook, and that right hand was actually hurting him too. So that's how I feel. But I feel like Devin Haney should get more training. I think he should add to his training on defense and offense. And I feel like, you know, his dad should just analyze and give him uh, his advice or his, um, you know, um, I can't think of the exact word, but I think his dad, you know, should just take a step back and let somebody else train him on things that he feel like he can add. You feel me? So, and I think that Bill Haney shouldn't talk as much either. I don't think he. I think he should learn how to promote without taking it too far because I think that's what makes it a problem too. Anyways, with that said, that's how I feel about the fight. I just feel like that's what it was, and that's the reason why Devin Haney lost. And I don't feel like Haney is elite as everybody thought he was, and that shows it right there. And I feel like that was that. So let's talk about these top fighters at these weight classes. I mean, in between 135, 140, 147, we can do that. So we got. I'm gonna put them in order on how I feel, and I'm gonna tell y'all why. So yeah. So with that, I think Javante Davis is still number one because skill wise, he he has everything. He just don't throw as many punches as everybody. He Oh yeah, that's another thing. Devin Haney does not have head movement. A lot of boxers, I don't know what it is, but I don't know why they don't have head movement as much as they use. Like I don't know what's going on with these trainers that are going to teach them head movement and all of that. They just stand there and like they have no head movement. I think they need to work on that too. So that's what I'm. So Devin Haney, go get you some defensive coaches or go get you some stuff to add to your arsenal. Don't take away from it, just add to it. Okay, but with that being said, back to this. I got Tank at number one because Tank, no matter what nobody say, he could take a punch. He got You know what I'm saying? He got his own way of defense and he do take punches, but he has head movement. He know how to get out the way. He pivots and he has power. And I feel like he fights how he's supposed to and he's smart. He don't let nobody dictate how he feel with what size they want to fight him at, and he does what he choose to do, which makes sense. All the rehydration stuff, I don't feel like y'all should do that either. But I feel like if y'all can't, you feel me, do what Tank is asking for, then don't fight him at what he wants to fight at, and y'all negotiate how y'all want to, point blank, or don't fight him, and then let him be, because obviously he feel like how he feel, and he know how he want to fight, and he know how his advantages on how he need to win. But as of skills, I think he has that too. So yeah, and no lie, this is my list. So I got Tank at number one. I got Shakur Stevenson and Teofimo at two. 2A and 2B. You feel me? Straight up. Because that's just how I feel. I feel like that would be a great fight. I feel like Teofimo is really uh, like that. And he really does have hands. He has skills. He has all of that. He had a bad performance. And now Haney just had his bad performance. But I feel like Teofimo and Shakur is one and two. I feel like Shakur is a smart fighter and he fights his fight. And I feel like he is stronger than a lot of people think. And I think he does have the skills. He has the defense. He has it all. He just has to learn the entertainment part of boxing that people would love to see. He needs to incorporate the entertainment with his defense so it don't look as boring. Even if he add a little bit of um, antagonizing or bothering people with something. He need to add something to when people feel like he's boring. He need to, you feel me, add something to that and keep his same skill level and attack more and just add something so his fights won't be as boring. So if he is hurt and he's on defense, he need to just like I don't know, make it more entertaining, bother people or get under their skin and make them come towards you so that way you can, run and fight at the same time. I think that's what he should do. Maybe, you know. So that's what I think. So I got Tank, then I got Teofimo and Shakur Stevenson at 2A and 2B. Um, uh, and I have Devin Haney, and then I have Rayn. I still have Rayn at the bottom, skill wise, but only because how it looks. But I don't think that he can. I think that his goal was to beat Devin Haney, and that he will like whatever else happens after this don't matter to him in boxing. I mean, he can fight whoever he wants, but I don't think nothing else really matters as much as him fighting Devin Haney. And I think that was what his goal was to beat Devin Haney. You feel me? That's that game seven. He won the game seven. He would have won the championship, and I feel like that's. I think that was his ultimate goal. I really don't think he cares about being a champion because now he can be considered something because he beat an undisputed champion. He beat a champion in 140 and still didn't have to have the belts, but he actually beat that champion. And anything he do after that is just a plus. No matter if he go up to 147 and fight somebody and lose, it still ain't gonna really matter as much. And I think he got like three more fights that he can sell at a big level. But I think that was his end goal was to beat Devin Haney, and I don't think he needs nothing else after that. Anything else is just a plus. You feel me? And that's just my opinion on that. Uh, who else? Oh, Haney. And I think Haney needs a rematch with Ryan Garcia, and he'll win that one because he'll be prepared this time and he knows the power. Unless he gets caught again, and yeah, after that, then I don't know what happens. But I think that he should probably take uh, um maybe I don't think he should go fight no unskillful fighters or none of that. I don't think he should go all the way down and fight no unskillful fighters because that's not going to help him improve. I think he should actually fight some people that are considered dangerous, like some of the people that Shakur Stevenson fought, like on that level, the dude or somebody like Dorothy or somebody like that's a threat to what he can do, so that way he can keep his skills up and work on what he needs to work on, and then fight Ryan again if Ryan is willing to fight him again because I don't think he watched him like that, but I do think he beat the brakes off that boy, but I don't think he just washed him completely. Um, so I think that's what they should do. And I got another debate. So this is about Ryan Garcia. Ryan Garcia is in a very great spot right now in his career. You feel me? Because he can do pretty much whatever he wants, but his next choice is gonna be important. And me and the homies was having a debate on who he should fight next or whatever, where he should fight at next or whatever. And I I want to get my thoughts on that. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna say that for the next episode. But yeah, man, that's my take on the fight. Uh, and that's my list in order from those fighters in that division. And yeah, man, I'm gonna have more coming for y'all. But with that being said, Snap Five, I stand on that podcast. Get at me, man, and let me know what y'all need me to review. And I'm gonna be doing interviews soon. But I'm out. Gang.